Hey, Shalom, Israel. Priest and Officer Quat Zakarab holding down the Tuesday Brotherhood class for Cat REI. Just bear with me for a minute. We had some technical difficulties. Give me a minute. We'll be right with you. Okay. All right, we good to go. Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Bashim Ashah Barakatum. Yahweh Shamar Thum Bashim Ashah. This is Priest and Officer Quat Zakarab holding down the Brotherhood Tuesday class. And today we're going to talk about brotherhood. Like, what is brotherhood? You understand? In a Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian community, we lack brotherhood and sisterhood. You understand? This is why we murder each other. This is why we, trespass against one another. We do a whole bunch of wrong to one another. You understand? And the Bible, tells us we're not supposed to do that, but we still do. This is why we, in captivity now because of lack of brotherhood, lack of sisterhood. You understand? We don't want to separate from this wicked place. We want to join hand in hand with our enemy instead of being brothers and sisters to one another. You understand? Now, if you could, can you give me Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6? We have to separate from this place, man. In order to be true brothers and sisters, we have to separate from America, man. America is not your place to be brothers and sisters with your enemy. You understand what I'm saying? We're supposed to be building one another up and building this nation up so we can get away from these people and rule this earth when Christ come back. You understand? You got it?
Okay.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
For thou art an holy people.
Thou art a what?
Holy people.
Listen, we are a holy people. Holy meaning separate, set apart, kodash in the Hebrew, you understand? We're supposed to be separate from, all these other wicked nations and these evil people that put us in captivity, you understand? We're supposed to be a holy people. And man, holy people consist of brotherhood, treating each other like brothers and sisters, kind and loving one another. Understand what I'm saying? Keep going.
Okay. Unto the Lord thy God.
Unto who?
The Lord thy God.
You're supposed to be separated unto the Most High, man. You're supposed to do what the Most High wants you to do. You understand? And that's be a brother to your brother, be a brother to your sister, be a sister to your sister, and be a sister to your brother. You understand? That's what the Most High wants of us. Keep going.
Okay. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
He chose us to be a special people. Yeah, man. We're not special when we are joining with this wicked nation. You're not special. But the Most High said he chose you to be special. In order for you to be special, you have to have brotherhood. You have to have sisterhood in order to be special. Or you're just going to be an average person out here under the white man, under our oppressor. You understand what I'm saying? He chose us to be a special people. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you could, can you give me Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1?
Okay.
Yeah, man. And as brothers and sisters, man, we got to get away from all the false philosophies, all the ideologies that America, bring upon us and stuff like that, and come into ISUBK, home of the truth, and learn brotherhood and sisterhood, because this is where it's genuine love at for brothers and sisters, especially to clean ourselves up and get away from this evil, wicked nation. If you could, can you read?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Listen, we're supposed to gather together. That's brotherhood right there. We're supposed to gather together. That's sisterhood right there. Yeah, man. O nation not desired. Listen, you're not special in America. They don't desire you. We're the least desired in America. Yeah, man. We are the least desired. But the Most High told you are a special people. But you have to be holy unto your God to be a special people. You cannot be special under another man. We gotta be special under the Most High in Christ. Understand? And we definitely, and by doing that, we gotta have brotherhood. We gotta tell each other what we're doing wrong. A lot of us don't like, criticism. But somebody has to correct us. And a brother, a solid brother, a strong brother in the ISBK should do it.
Right.
Because he's not going to tell you anything wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Because he want to be a brother to you. Sometimes the brother might be a little harsh. You know what I mean? But it's the truth. He might come off like he's an a-hole, or he's mean, or he's too masculine. But he's just being a brother. Sometimes you got to be rough a little bit to brothers. You understand what I'm saying? So they can understand. Now, if you could, can you give me can you give me I believe it's 1 John chapter 4 verse 20? You understand? Yeah, man. Like in ISBK, we are taught to love our brothers, man. We're not taught to hate our brothers, hold grudges against our brothers. You know what I mean? Talk behind our brothers' back, harm our brothers, do something to our brothers, that we might as well be in the world if that's the case. You come into ISBK, we're gonna show you brotherhood. We're gonna show you what's being a brother all about, man. You need your phone? You got it? Go ahead.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar.
He is a what?
Liar.
He is a what?
Liar.
Now listen, your pastor claimed that he loves God, but he hates his brother. Hating your brother is not correcting. Hating your brother is telling him he could celebrate Christmas. He could celebrate Thanksgiving. He could celebrate Halloween and all these wicked holidays. That's hating your brother, thus saith the Lord. You understand what I'm saying? You telling your brother to do wicked and sin, you technically hate your brother. You understand what I'm saying? And the pastors are, doing that today. They tell you to eat shrimp, crab, and lobster. They having sex with your woman. That's hating your brother. This is clearly talking about a pastor. And any man that believes in God, that want to cause harm and don't want to raise up this nation, they hate their brother. And that's what the Bible called them. Read. Go ahead.
For he that loveth not his brother whom he has seen, how
Go ahead.
How can he love God whom he has not seen?
Right. How you gonna love God and you haven't seen him? Your brother is right there hurting. Your brother is right there that needs someone to get some advice from, for you to have his back. But you can't have his back, but you can believe in something that you can't see. Like, make that make sense. He's right in front of your face, and you can't help him. You can't show him love. You can't be kind to him. You can't be compassionate and understanding of his situations. He just ain't ish, brother, right? No, he deserves to be treated just like you, black man. So our brothers did a couple of dollars. They think they better than us. They got a little Maserati, they got a Tesla, they got iced out chains, and they belittle their other brothers that don't have what they have. Shit, Slovakia language. You hear it in rap music. Rappers talk about the poor a lot because they have money, and it's mainly black men and black women, and that's not being a brother to your brother. I mean, you basically saying you're better than them because you got money. And guess where they get that from? They get that from the pastor. The pastor paid the tithes, and he rolled around in a Mercedes Benz like he's better than everybody, like he's holier than thou. But he do say he loved God, right? Right, Nathan? Don't he say he loved God? You understand what I'm saying? But he's telling our people to go eat shrimp, crab, and lobster. Go leave your woman, go leave your man. Listen, especially if you ain't got a marriage certificate. Listen, marriage license, they're gonna tell you that's not your husband when you lay with him. That's hate. And he's lying. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you could, can you give me Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 1. I'm gonna touch on this real quick because a lot of pastors say they love God. I mean, they claim that they love God, but they're not being a brother to their brothers, or they're not being a brother to their sisters, because they're telling them to sin. Now, if you could, can you drop that for me? Well, can you?
Come. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Woe be unto the pastors.
Woe be unto who?
The pastors.
Go ahead.
That destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture.
Listen, these pastors is the main reason why we don't got brotherhood. The Muslim imam is the main reason why we don't got brotherhood. The main people that's killing and selling drugs and doing all things and all the evil things in our neighborhoods are Muslims and Christians. You understand what I'm saying? They lack brotherhood. Their whole religion is not based on brotherhood. It's based on believing in one God, and God loves me for whatever I do. God's gonna love me for who I am. I can sell drugs if I'm poor. The laws is done away with, so I can eat shrimp, crab, and lobster. You understand? I can beat my woman if she's disobedient. I could tell a man to leave his woman because we don't have a marriage license. You understand? But she could go fornicate and have sex with all types of men without a marriage license. You understand what I'm saying? That is not brotherhood. You understand what I'm saying? And the Bible clearly say, woe, which means destruction to you pastors, man. You are scattering, you are dividing our people, got them believing that they don't have to follow the law. That's not being a brother, because the Bible clearly states that you're supposed to follow the law. Christ never done away with the law. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you could you drop that and go back to 1 John chapter 4, verse 20, Baba Kasha? Yeah, man, that's not love, man. Like, what is love? Like, that is not love. We're gonna read that again, man. Make sure y'all hear it very clear. We all know somebody that love God and treat us horribly. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's telling you to sin. You know what I mean? They claim, oh, I believe in God. I love God with all my heart, with all my soul, with all thy might. But they passing you a blunt. You understand what I'm saying? They telling you, listen, you ain't got no money. Go, sister, go to the strip club and make some money. They telling you to do that. They're not telling you to come to the ISUBK. They ain't gonna tell you that because they think we're not being brotherly, but we are. You got it, sir?
Okay.
Go ahead.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 20. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar.
Listen, we just established the pastor claimed that he loved God, but he's telling his people to commit sins. You understand what I'm saying? Like, what is really love? Is love telling your brother to sin? Is love telling your brother and your sister to go commit adultery because they ain't got a marriage license? Is love telling a man that he can't have more than one wife? Is that love? Now, if you could, can you give me 1 John chapter 5, verse 3? We're going to show you what love really is, man. According to the Bible. Yeah, man. We're going to show you what love really is. Because love is a powerful thing. And love consists of brotherhood. Man, if you could, you go ahead.
Sometimes it's the book of 1 John, chapter 5, verse 3.
Go ahead.
For this is the love of God.
This is the what?
Love of God.
Go ahead.
That we keep his commandments.
Go ahead.
And his commandments are not grievous.
That's love. Love is to keep the commandments. And it's not hard. Excuse me. It is not hard to do. You understand? Keeping the commandments is not hard to do. Being a brother and a sister, it's not hard to do. You just got to keep the commandments and you'll be all right. It's really not hard. If Christ kept the commandments, why can't you? Christ made it easy for us to keep the commandments. Christ was a brother. Listen, so I get it done. What was that sister or somebody? I think it was a sister. She wasn't a heathen, was she? The sister, I mean, the woman that went up to home, they been about to stone her. Was she a sister?
Yeah, I believe so.
Well,
they trying to stone for
right. And he told her not to sin no more. He could have cut her head off, but he was being a brother. Say, you know what? we're gonna forgive you, sis, because we've been destroyed so much, and do not do it again. Don't sin anymore. The pastor will tell you, go ahead, go pray, you go pray on it and repent and, keep doing it over and over because you're under grace. That's what your pastor will tell you. But guess what? I'm going to tell you to stop doing it.
Right.
You understand? I'm going to tell you to stop doing it every time that you do it. And every time you call me and try to get some counsel and advice, I'm going to tell you how stupid you are. A brother will call me and try to get advice, keep doing the same mistake over and over again. I'm going to tell you how stupid you are. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's being a brother. Listen, the first mistake is a mistake. The second one, you're just plain old stupid. You understand what I'm saying? I understand, we fall 7 times, we get right back up. But you got to have that strength to fight. You know what I mean? Because a brother like me is going to tell you when you're wrong. A brother like me is going to correct you. No matter if you like it or not. You understand? Now, if you could you start from the top again?
Okay. For this is the love of God.
This is the love of God, man. Go ahead.
That we keep His commandments.
We keep one of them.
His commandments.
We got to keep all His commandments, man. His commandments is what?
And His commandments are not grievous.
They are not hard to do. Being a brother and a sister is not hard to do. Being a brother to your brother and a brother to your sister and a sister to your brother is not hard to do. It's not. It's not hard. You know what I mean? Just do it. Fight. Do it. But we hate each other because we got in these curses, man. And if you come in the ISUBK, we're going to lift through curses, and you're going to be ordered to love your brother and your sister because this is what Christ wants us to do. That's what the Most High wants us to do, is to love our brothers and sisters. You understand? Now, if you could you give me Matthew chapter 5, verse 40? You understand? Yeah, man. We got to love one another, man. If we want to get out of this captivity, we have to start to love each other. We got to start that healing process. And coming to ISUBK, getting some counsel from righteous men and solid men and sisters, man, you're gonna learn how to love your brother correctly. You're gonna learn how to love your sister correctly, man. I'm trying to tell you, man, this is where it's at, man. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise, man. If you ain't in these doors, you don't know what's going on. I was outside them doors before, man. I was outside them doors speculating until I got in here and I seen the love that I got in here. And I mean, like I'm listening. I've been here a short time. You understand what I'm saying? A very short time. When I first came here, I was one of them individual lights. You understand? I'll tell a little story real quick. I was an individual light. I mean, I used to wear the fringes on the shirt and all that type of stuff. You understand what I'm saying? And I went to a unity camp before, and I ain't feel a love there. I ain't feel like I was a brother there. You understand what I'm saying? But when I stepped foot, I believe it was the day of atonement. I would step foot in here, and like all the brothers that came into school, that seen me, they saluted me. They showed love. They talking to me. They want to know about me. They telling me to come back to class. You know what I mean? They're actually being a brother. Like they're greeting. They're showing major love. I ain't feel that with no unity camp. I was just sitting there like an outcast. I came here. I felt like I know these brothers for 30 years. You know what I mean? I feel like I know the Thunder for like 25 years. No lie, man. Like, this is how brotherhood in the ISUBK is, man. And I didn't know these brothers for a short period of time, man. And I feel like I know them all my life. And man, you come to ISUBK, we're going to show you what brotherhood really is and sisterhood really is.
That's right.
And if you could, can you read?
Okay. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and 40.
40.
Okay. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 40.
Go ahead.
And if any man will sue thee at the law and take away thy coat, let him have thy coat also.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 40.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 40?
Come.
That's what I read. That's
what you read? Hold on, give me a minute. Hold on. Hold on, give me a minute. No, that's not it. I don't think that's it. Yeah, hold on. Oh, Salakia, 25 and 40. Salakia. Dang, I ain't right there. Yeah, I said 5. I don't know, I said 5 and 40. But yeah, 25 and 40. Salakia.
Okay, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 40.
Go ahead.
And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, as much as ye have done it unto one of the least of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me.
Listen, listen, it's a small thing if you do unto, a brother. You're doing it to Christ. You understand what I'm saying? This is the smallest thing, like still in a quarter from your brother. Like it's a quarter. Yeah, it's like you did it to Christ, did it to the so-called Jesus, Yahweh Shana in the Hebrew. Understand? It's like you've done it to him. That's what that's saying. Keep going. Is it more? Okay. All right. No, that's why. I mean, like.
And if you ever get your coat or your jacket, so you know that Christ is showing from.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like when I'm done saying so heavy, like you just taking something like a coat and all that type of stuff. It's like, oh right, if you give them the coat, it's like you say what you're saying.
I'm gonna read it again so you understand. And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me. So whatever you done good or you done bad or
right. All right, no sweat. Yeah, like it's like you just said, man. Like, but we gotta be brothers, man. We gotta show brotherly love, man. Like we cannot be like doing harm stuff because like you're doing it to Christ, man. You're doing something so small, it's like you're doing it to Christ, man. Like if you harm your brother, it's like you're doing it to Christ. Yeah, I mean, if you we gotta do good, man. Like good or bad, it's like you're doing it to Christ. Yeah, I mean, like say if I give my brother my coat. It's like you're giving it to Christ. Right, Nathan? You understand what I'm saying? Like it's like you're giving it to Christ. You understand what I'm saying? But like, but Christ is not, for everybody. It's only for the blacks, Hispanic, Native American Indians. He being a brother. He being a brother to us. Because when they see brethren, they think they're talking about, everybody. But it's not talking about everybody. It's talking about the children of Israel. Yeah, understand what I'm saying now. What is a brethren too at that too? Because Christ had a mother and mothers and brothers, right? I mean, he had a mother. He had brothers, right? Okay. That was in the world, right? I mean, now if you could you give me Matthew chapter 12 verse 46? I mean, because we gotta understand who really is your brother. I mean, we got family members that I got biological, brothers and sisters, from the same mom and dad, and they don't believe the same thing I believe. They're not against it, but they're not built on brotherhood and sisterhood like Nathan is, or like Officer Nakar is, or Officer Yedaya. Those are my brothers. You understand what I'm saying? They're the ones I'm gonna die for, and they're gonna die for me. You understand what I'm saying? Now if you could you read?
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 12, and verse 46. Mm-hmm. While he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him.
Stop right there. Listen, this is Christ, and he was having a conversation with some other brothers, right? Some other people, and he's speaking to a whole bunch of people, but his mother and his brothers is right there, wanting to talk to him. Go ahead.
Okay. Then one said unto him, Behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee.
Go ahead.
But he answered and said unto him that told him, Who is my mother?
Who is my what?
Mother.
Go ahead.
And who is my brother?
Who is my what?
Brother.
Okay, go ahead.
And he stretched forth his hand towards the disciples and said, Behold, my mother and my brother.
Right. Go ahead.
whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother.
Right. So with that being said, Nathan is my brother.
Right.
Officer Yedaya is my brother.
Right.
You know, Captain Arya is my brother.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Captain Ahmad is my brother. You know, Officer Barzal. I could go on and on. They are my brothers. These people out here, my brothers, they'd rather see me have a gun in my hand, a blunt in my mouth.
Right.
They'd rather see me in prison, send them put money on my commissary, you know, thinking that's cool. They want me to be out here sleeping with other, you know, strange women, Edomites and Africans and stinking Asians and all that type of stuff. They want me to be out here sinning, basically. They don't want me to win. They want me to be just like them. But guess what? You come into UPK, I want you to be just like me. But be yourself, I want you to be just like me. And that's following the law, statute, commandments, and be just like Christ at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Because he's telling us his mother and his brothers is really not his brothers that they're not following the Most High. You got to follow the Most High to be a brother of Christ. Yeah, man. You know, listen. When Christ come back, what you gonna do when you got a blunt in your mouth? You killing your brother. What you gonna do when Christ come back and he knows that you're a murderer and you're killing your brother? You're murdering your brother for no reason. Like we not being brothers and sisters to each other. If I could, then I believe it was Gilly's son just got murdered. You know, if he was in the ISBK, you understand, we'd have been a brother to that brother and gave him counsel on whatever he was going through and made sure that wouldn't ever happen to him in his life. When I got into UPK, man, a lot of stuff been, you know, good. You know, there's some bad times, but it's been good. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I felt the fucking burden get off my back, and it's like all the stuff in the world I was caring about, I don't even care about anymore. That type of burden, I don't even care for no more. You understand? You know what I mean? Like I said, Roz again, you know what I mean? That brother, man, like, you know what I mean? He got murdered because of lack of brotherhood. You understand what I'm saying? Because whatever he got murdered off of about before is it always gonna be talked. It always gonna be talked out. We don't know how to talk to one another. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
We just be wanting to be on go and crash, and because we don't know how to have self-control and know how to deal with our brothers. But guess what? If you come to ISUK, we teach you to keep the commandments, you're gonna know how to deal with your brother because you know the Bible tells us how to deal with one another, understand? And murdering your brother ain't the answer, man. We're not gonna rise up if we just murdering each other, man. And we talking about each other behind each other's backs and all that type of stuff, man. We ain't gonna win like that, man. And the oppressor got his foot on y'all neck because y'all not being brothers. Listen, Nathan is my brother. Madum is my brother. Listen, we free, from the oppressor telling us how to live our life. You understand? He can't tell me that Nathan not my brother. He can't tell me Bakar y'all ain't my brother. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you could, can you give me John chapter 13, verse 34? Baba Kasha, the water.
Okay.
What?
This is the book of John, chapter 13, verse 34. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another, as I have loved you, that ye also love one another.
Right. Listen, Christ loved you. He died for you. And you can't even love your brother? Listen, all the bull crap that you done in your life, and Christ is saying he still loves you because you are his brother, you are his sister. He still loves you.
Right.
You should love one another. Just like I said, if that brother would have learned how to love his brother, and that brother that did that terrible thing to that brother, he would still be here. Because we learn how to deal with one another. Understand what I'm saying? Things would be getting talked out versus you taking matters in your own hands. That's why counsel is very needed. You're not a brother if you don't want to seek counsel with somebody you have a problem with. That's not being a brother. You're actually being the one that hates his brother, and you're a liar. You understand? If you could you read?
God. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another.
Listen, you pastors, you deacons, you bishops. What else they got in church? Y'all are not brothers. Listen, y'all ever do the will of the Most High. You're not brothers. Y'all talking about each other behind each other's backs. Y'all sleeping with each other's wives. Listen, y'all all sinning. Y'all not correcting one another. Y'all fighting over the money. Y'all are not brothers. But guess what? In the ISUPK, we brothers. We don't fight over stuff like that. We don't definitely sin. You know, understand what I'm saying? We're trying to get our people right. And we're going to tell them what they want to hear, whether they like it or not.
That's
yeah,
right.
man, like, period. And if I could, Salaki, let me get Isaiah chapter 58, verse 1. I'm going to bring that out. I mean, because, we do go out every Saturdays and all that, try to wake our people up. And they think that we hate them, right? And they always tell us, oh, why are you yelling? And you're being hateful. You're being this and that, right? The Bible states to tell us that we can do that. I believe it's 58, verse 1. Yeah, if you could, go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Cry out loud.
Go ahead.
Spare not.
Spare not. Cry out loud means to raise your voice. And spare not is to disregard what? Go ahead.
Lift up the voice. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
Raise your voice. Go ahead.
And show my people their transgression.
Listen, I'm going to raise my voice, and I'm not going to care about nothing that you got to say, because I'm trying to show you your sins. Keep going.
Okay. And the house of Jacob their sin.
Listen, I'm trying to show blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians their sins. The pastor is not doing that. They are liars.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Me and all the other brothers in the ISBK are going to cry aloud and spare not and lift thy voice up like a trumpet and show y'all what y'all doing wrong, because that's brotherhood. That's being a brother. That's being a big brother at that. You know what I mean? We should all want big brothers, and we call them big homies in the world, but you should want a big brother to tell you what you're doing wrong. You should want a father to tell you what you're doing wrong. You should want a mother to tell you what you're doing wrong. This is supposed to be built on brotherhood. When we go out, they think we hate them. No, we love y'all, man. And we're going to keep crying aloud and sparing not and showing y'all what y'all doing wrong until the day that we die, until Christ come back. Yeah, man, we're going to show y'all. And I pray y'all understand. Now, if you could, can you give me Matthew chapter 5, verse 21? If you could. Kind.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 21.
Go ahead.
Ye have heard that it was said by them of the old time, thou shalt not kill, and whosoever shall kill shall be in danger of the judgment.
Right. Hold on. Let me get with you real quick. Matthew chapter 5, verse 21, right?
Okay.
Let me get with you. All right, Matthew chapter 5, verse 21. Start from the top.
Okay. Matthew chapter 5, verse 21. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not kill.
Stop right there. What's the old time? Understand? The old time is the Torah, when Moses was here. You understand what I'm saying? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the old time. Keep going.
Okay. And whosoever shall kill shall be in danger of the judgment.
Listen, the Bible is saying, thou shalt not kill. That's in the Old Testament. And you know it's crazy that these pastors that claim that they love God telling our brothers and sisters that the law is done away with. If the laws is done away with, why are they thinking why do they think murder is wrong or killing something is wrong? It says thou shalt not kill, right? That's a commandment. So why is the pastor not saying we should kill? We should kill. We should murder, right? That's what the pastor should say because the law is done away with. Tithes is in the Old Testament too, I believe. So why are you not saying that's not done away with? Because it's a greedy bastard. And it's not being a brother to you. You're not being a brother. He just want to take your money and get a Mercedes Benz and get a nice house and have you poured inside a shack with no lights.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Can you read and whosoever again?
Come. Whosoever shall kill shall be in danger of the
You
judgment.
understand that brother just got murdered a couple days ago, man. You're gonna get judged, man, for doing what you did to that brother, man. Understand what I'm saying? Because you wasn't being a brother to him. This is why ISBK is so vital because we are here to save black men,
Right.
black women, and a black child. We are here to save you. You know what I mean? Because we don't want you to be in danger of judgment. You understand what I'm saying? You have to come in these doors to learn the right way to live because you're going to end up like the brother that got slain recently. You're going to end up like any brother that's out here in the streets, into stuff they don't need to be into. You're going to end up just like them if you don't come in these doors, man. If you don't come in these doors, you're going to wind up with AIDS, man, sleeping with these whores. You're going to wind up, having a horrible life because you don't know how to, control yourself. You don't know how to, get off of drugs. You don't know how to talk to. You don't listen. Seeking counsel is the most brotherly thing that you can do. Getting help is the most brotherly thing that you can do. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you could read 22.
Come. Verse 22. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without cause shall be in danger of the judgment.
Listen, you mad at your brother for no reason. A lot of brothers envy you because you might got like there's nothing wrong with brothers having nice things. Understand? There might be a brother that envy you because you do something way better than him and he doesn't like it. And so he find ways, to start with you and do things to you. Then you're like, damn, what's going on? What's wrong with him? Like he's just being like trying to find ways to start with you, little petty stuff. Like he don't got really no reason why he's mad at you. He just want to just be mad at you because he hate his life. You understand? And I feel for that brother that hate his life because he should be an IHBK, understand, trying to fix his life, you understand? And don't be envying and holding grudges against a brother for no reason. You should not be mad at somebody for no reason. Yeah, man. Like if he trespass against you, okay, that's understandable. But if he ain't do anything to you, listen, the brother may be the most polite brother in the world, and you still with him for no reason. You're in danger of judgment because you don't love your brother. You understand what I'm saying? You envy your brother because he has nice things, or all the women want him. You envy him. He got a nice job. He's taught well. He dresses well. He wears nice things. You don't like him because of that. That's no reason to like any brother. You're supposed to be like, damn, I want to be like you. Damn. Give me some of that game, some of that advice. Let me soak up some of your salt.
Right.
Yeah, man. That's how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to be cheering them on. I remember one time I was in the world and I seen there was a black man. He was in a Bentley. I was happy to see that, even though he in the world he was wicked, and he probably wicked 9 times out of 10. But I was happy to see a black man actually can obtain something like that. And I was like, I just hope he ain't selling no drugs. Yeah, man. You understand what I'm saying? But like I said, man, like if you mad at somebody without a reason, you're in danger of judgment. You're just angry. But you're really angry at yourself. You're really mad at your life. You understand? I had an incident today, but we ain't gonna get into that. Yeah, man. Somebody that hate their life and they got actually that happened to me today. Somebody mad at me for no reason. You understand? At my job, at my workplace. Yeah, man. mad at me for no reason. Yeah, man. And keep going.
Oh God. Our cause shall be given to, and whosoever shall say to his brother, Rakah, shall be in danger of the council.
Listen, if you tell your brother he's worthless, instead of building him up, listen, good night. You don't want to be in that council with General Muhammad.
Right.
You do not want to get that counsel, and you're telling your own brother that he's worthless. I just read in no, the Thun just read in Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6 that he's special.
Right.
But you calling him worthless? Listen, everybody, listen, we all are poor. I don't care if you're the richest black man in America, you are poor to me. You understand what I'm saying? You are me. You understand what I'm saying? You
Right.
are poor. Don't just look down on or think he worthless because he ain't got no nice chain on, or no nice shades on, or some nice what you call his feet, or he might can't do what you do. How about show him the way? How about build him up? Give him some of that game, man. But you're gonna call him worthless. But you're gonna be in a council, and it's not gonna be good for you. You might have to pay a fine. You understand? I pray you understand. Now, if you could, we keep reading. I like this part.
But whosoever shall say thou fool shall be in danger of hellfire.
Listen, if you calling your brother and sister a fool for no reason, listen, when the nukes hit, you think you're gonna be saved? You're going in. Listen, when the nukes hit, you're gonna be. They probably gonna hit you. You probably one of the first one that's gonna hit. You understand what I'm saying? You don't want to be like that to your brother and sister. You don't want that because you're messing your chances up to being saved. At least be a brother and be a sister, and then maybe you might be saved. But if you calling people fools and think you're better, got your nose up, and you think you know all that, then you're going. Good night. You're gonna be toasty. Now, if I could, can you give me John chapter 15, verse 12?
Oh God.
Yeah, man. Like you're gonna be one toasty man. Listen, when Christ come back, man, you better be a brother. You ain't being a brother when Christ come back, man. Listen, good night. Listen, I pray, I hope you make it. But listen, you ain't a brother, man. I don't know. Go ahead.
Oh God, this is the book of John, chapter 15, verse 12. This is my commandment,
Go ahead.
that ye love one another as I have loved you. Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends.
Listen, I die for the done. I die for an officer in the car. I die for Captain Ahmad. I die for any brother in the ISUPK.
Right.
Because that's a commandment. That's an order. Listen, we cannot run on our brothers when they are in trouble. We are going to fight to the death. You understand? Because that's what brothers do. Is fight to the death. I'm not about to go out here with a brother, you know what I mean, and crash out. He ain't gonna crash out for me. I know for a fact that in the ISUPK, and I know brothers that don't even know me in the ISUPK. We ain't even met yet, but they'll die for me. You understand what I'm saying? Because we was ordered to do so. Thus saith the Lord. We're gonna lay down our life for our friend, our brother. You understand what I'm saying? There's no way around that. You understand? Listen, me and the Thun be on the game sometime. And listen, somebody say something crazy to the Thun. I'm like, listen, I be going in. Like his name not Nathan, his name is the Thun. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, I'm on them. You understand? Like I be on go just for my brother. What you think I'm gonna do in real life? And man, I'm gonna be just like that. Read from the top, man. That's so heavy, man. No, read lay down your life for your brother.
Oh God. Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends.
Listen, we gotta lay our lives down for our brothers. Listen, it's a sister. I remember what happened. With the little purple pigs, the boy said he wants to spit on one of our sisters. I wish you. I listen. I listen. If that listen. I wish a brother, a man would ever spit on one of my sisters in the ISUBK. I'm going to ground. Like something like I'm gonna somebody's gonna get hurt. I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. Like you don't never disrespect a princess of the Lord, a cult princess at that. You spit on one of my sisters, man, I'm gonna hurt you. You understand? And it's gonna be bad. I'm gonna hurt you. And I don't know the sister. Listen, I don't know her. But guess what? She's a sister, and I gotta be a brother to her. You know what I mean, I'm not gonna allow anybody to disrespect my sister in front of me because I already know that she's moving accordingly. You know what I mean, to the Lord.
Right.
She's not out here going back and forth with a man. You understand what I'm saying? She's not out here, being a slut or a whore. She out here doing the work of the Lord. You understand what I'm saying? And if you ever in your life disrespect her in front of me, we're gonna have problems. I'm gonna tell her like, yo, walk away. That's all I'm gonna tell her to do. Walk away. Go, get away from here. You know what I mean? Make that call. Yeah, man. That's it. That's how I'm rocking. So purple pigs better keep y'all spit to yourselves and don't touch our chairs. Wow. Now, if you could, can you give me Matthew chapter 18, verse 21, verse 22, man? Yeah, don't touch none of my sisters, man. Like, I would die for my sisters out here, man. Like, black men, we are protectors. And man, we supposed to protect our brother too, not just the sisters, and we protect one another, man. Like I said, I got nothing back to the day that I die, man. Like nobody can listen. I'm gonna be on. Listen, somebody talking nothing crazy, I'm gonna be on them. It's not you like, oh, it's not chill. It's my battle. No, it's my battle too. You understand? I'm gonna lay my life down for my brother.
Right.
Yeah, man. And I should be K. We gonna die for our brothers, man. Now go ahead and read.
Okay. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 21.
Go ahead.
Then come Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me and I forgive him?
Right.
Till 7 times?
Okay, go ahead. Hold on. Slow it down. Listen, read from the top. I don't think they heard you. Read from the top.
Okay. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 21. Then come Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me and I forgive him?
Stop right there. He said, how often do my brother sin against? Often, it's like often. How often do my brother sin against me? Go ahead.
And I forgive him till 7 times?
Listen, it's like he giving like a limit to how much time should he forgive him. Like, all right, the 7th time, I ain't got to forgive him anymore. Keep going.
Oh, God. Jesus said unto him, I say not until 7 times, but until 70 times 7.
Listen, you forgive your brother as much as you supposed to do. Like every time your brother do something wrong, you forgive him every time.
Right.
Continually you forgive your brother. You understand? Because like that's brotherhood. And you know what? He might come inside the truth because you forgive him so much. This is why our people need to have compassion for one another, because that'll bring. Listen, I forgave so many people. Listen, when I was in the world, man, and I was watching the UPK, man, they taught me how to be compassionate. When I was in the world, you understand? They taught me how to be. I forgave so many people, man. I had to listen. I had counsel, and I learned how to let stuff go. If you go ahead, Dan.
I'm exactly saying it's heavy because even like coming into UPK, it's like for me personally, I should have been in the UPK, and it took me years to actually join UPK to become the officer I am today. And just thinking back, it's like every time I came here, it was like I never left. It was like they didn't treat me different, even no matter what sin it, they always try to be there with me and you mean help me fight it or whatever the case may be.
Right.
And that right there, that right there showed real excellent brotherhood, and that's really what made me want to stay here.
Right. Most high Christ. Get out of here. Get out of here. But guess what? If you done went somewhere else, that's you're going with the 2/3. They didn't say that to them, man. Like like I said, they gonna treat you like a brother here, man. Like he was saying so heavy, man. Like I said, like when I first came into this school, man, I felt like I was here for a long time. It felt like I was here all my life. Like I grew up in here. When I got that oil poured on my head, when I became that trooper, Quatazak Karab, you know what I mean? Like it felt like I knew these brothers all my life, man. And guess what, man? I'm gonna show brothers in the world that you do something to me, I'm not gonna allow you to put your hands on me and none of that type of stuff. But if you trespass, you steal from me, if you do this to me, you do that to me, I'm gonna forgive you because you're destroyed for lack of knowledge. You mean you out here in this world in captivity? I'm gonna have compassion for my brother, man. And that's when forgiveness need to come in. That is when you have compassion for your brother and your sister, man. I'm very compassionate now. I ain't even good two F's about anybody in the world. Listen, I ain't know. Listen, what Rick Ross say? Forgive God. No, God forgive. I don't. I think it's one of those little tapes that he had like a long time ago. Like, listen, like I learned how to forgive because of the ISUBK, man. You know how good that makes me felt. Like I could forgive somebody and let it go because, like I said, I had an incident at my job and it got a little crazy. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to be a brother to a brother, and he's taking it the wrong way because the truth offends people. You know what I mean? And he's start to threaten us, someone threaten me, but in my head, I'm like, he's destroyed. You know what I mean? He's threatening me and all that. Of course, I gotta defend myself. I ain't nobody put their hands on me. But at the end of the day, I forgive that brother. Like I forgive him to this day. Like he said, he gonna spit on me today. Like it got that bad. But guess what? I forgave that brother and I let that stuff go. Cause when I see him, I might speak to him. What's going on, and I'm not, gonna hold that against him because, like I said, he's destroyed. You know what I mean? Like he, he's, he in a world. But I'm gonna have compassion. I'm gonna turn my other cheek to my brother. I'm just not gonna let him touch me and put their hands on me. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm gonna forgive him because he's wicked. He's in his world, and I gotta have compassion for him. I don't know what his childhood was like. I don't know, was he abused? I don't know why he's acting the way he's acting. Why he's so angry. So I gotta have that compassion for that brother. You understand what I'm saying? So for this, I gotta have that compassion for that brother. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't know what his childhood was like. You know, he probably got belittled by his mother, and he got to be tough. You know what I mean? And show people that he's tough. His father probably beat him down, and he's angry at his father. I mean, he just, mad. He didn't want to take it out on me. Maybe he's a drug addict and he have his fix, and you understand, and he's taking it out on me because he's going through withdrawal. I don't know what this brother is going through. You know what I mean? But I forgive him.
Right.
You know what I mean? I forgive him. I let it go because it could listen. If I was in the world, I would not have my job right now. If Christ didn't tell me to love my brother, I would not be at my job today. I'd be I'd be in a world probably in prison right now. Like saying you're gonna spit on somebody, and that's fighting words to me. That's like, you wanna get unalived. That's in the world. That's how I would have thought. But I tried to battle the brother with my words, and he got and it went left. Now he's acting crazy. But like I said, I forgave that brother. You know what I mean? He probably don't forgive me. That's fine. I expect that from people in the world, but I have compassion for that brother, and I pray and hope that he comes inside this truth and actually see the brotherhood that the ISBK provides, man. Because the ISBK taught me how to forgive. Listen, I ain't like forgive. I ain't want to forgive nobody. Listen. I've been through a lot of stuff, and I forgave everybody who trespassed against me. Every one of them, not one, everyone. Listen, I got stories. It make you cry. It's so traumatizing, and I forgave every last one of them. I'm not having nobody control the way my life. You understand what I'm saying? All the traumas I've been through and all the things that I've had to go through, I got counsel on. And thanks to the ISUBK, let's get that in hand. You know what I mean? Let's get that in hand for the counsel, the wise counsel that I got from brothers, in the ISUBK that made me a strong man that I am now. You understand what I'm saying? Because if I didn't get no counsel, I'd still be in the same mind state that I was. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, and honestly, if you're a brother in the UPK, man, and you need to get some counsel, get counsel, man. If you're a sister in the UPK, get counsel, man, because it's very important for your mental health, man. And like I always tell people, I told the sisters last week, I'm gonna tell the brothers and the sisters, you know what I mean? When a captain, when an officer, when a general, you know what I mean, give you advice, look at it as law. Don't look at it as like, oh, he's just talking. Like this is coming strictly from the Lord. That's what you need to understand when these brothers talk. When you understand what I'm saying, it's coming strictly from the Lord, and take their advice because they have more experience than you in this truth. They know you're not the first person they came across that had these problems. You need to listen and hearken to the men of the Lord because they are your brothers and they love and care about you. Right. I pray you understand. You know what I mean? Now, if you could, give me, matter of fact, read from the top again from the scripture that you got.
Oh, God.
Sorry. Matthew, is it Matthew? Yeah, Matthew 18:21.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 21. Then come Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me and I forgive him? Till 7 times? Verse 22. Jesus said unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7.
That's a lot to forgive. Like, listen, man. All right. I'm gonna give y'all some advice. We got more bigger fish to fry in America. We are in captivity right now, and for us to be disingenuous and being at odds with each other, we have to learn to forgive one another.
Right.
That's where the brotherhood and the sisterhood starts, when we first learn to forgive. And forgiving is letting it go. And also, you got to become a new person in order to forgive, you got to be new. That spirit of the Most High has to be upon you in order to forgive, man. Because that's a hard thing to do.
Right.
Listen, you've been molested. You've been abused. Listen, so much. You've seen somebody get murdered. Your son got murdered. Your brother got murdered, and you got to see the man walking down the street. You got to see the man at a cookout that molested you. You know how hard that is? Listen, you are a strong person if you can forgive that person. Right. And because they're going to control your life. You understand? You show them that you're better by being a brother, by being a sister, and understand that they lost their way and they was destroyed for lack of knowledge. And what they're doing is because we are under these curses and and we're being punished by the Most High, you understand? Like, you gotta forgive. Forgive is powerful. You understand? That's how you become brothers again. Listen, sometimes I remember there's a sister on the news. I think it was a Muslim sister. We're not Muslims, by the way, but it was a Muslim sister, right? She forgave her son's killer. She forgave him. You understand what I'm saying? That was a righteous thing that the sister did. I just don't agree with her fake religion. But forgiving that brother and saying it on public TV for black women to see is very powerful. I just wish she'd come into ISUBK and learn, and she'd be a pillar in this truth because she know how to forgive. You understand? You gotta have compassion. You gotta have love for one another, man. If you out here in the world hating your brother, you basically hate yourself, man. And you definitely ain't. We ain't gonna move forward without forgiving each other. We're not gonna move forward. Yeah, man. Like we gotta learn how to, let it go. That's the part. Listen, we be beefing about small stuff. We beef about small little things. They don't even matter. Like, yeah, man, we getting murdered out here. Listen, we selling drugs out here. We giving the oppressor all our money. Like, and you worrying about, oh, somebody left a dish inside the sink. Something small, and you arguing about that. Like, you need to focus on way bigger things. That will help you. Like, even in your relationship, in your marriage, learn how to forgive. Learn how to let go. You know what I mean? And focus on the goal. You understand what I'm saying? Don't focus on the now. Focus on what we're going to be in the future. And work on yourself as you go, but focus on what we are trying to accomplish. I want Christ to come back and slay my enemies.
That's right.
I don't want to be chilling here right now and trying to wake you up. I want Christ to come back now. Right. Listen, I'm sick and tired of this damn life. Understand? I'm sick and tired of living like this. I want Christ to come back, but I can't. It's probably. You never know what Christ's gonna come back. But guess what? I gotta be brothers and sisters to tell you to wake up and change your life, so Christ can look at it. And you know what? They waking up, man. They changing their lives now. I'm gonna come back. Yeah, I mean, we don't know when he's gonna come back, but we gotta start being brothers and sisters, man. We don't forgive. Listen. People say, "Well, I don't forgive him." Listen, if you ain't let it go, you didn't forgive your brother. If you didn't let it go, you didn't forgive your sister. I don't want to. I don't get how people can say they forgive and they still hold it against the person. That's not forgiving. Forgiving is letting go. Listen, act like that stuff ain't never happened. That's forgiving. You understand? Now, if you could you give me Mark chapter 12, verse 31?
Okay.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 12, verse 31. And the second is like namely this: thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Thou shalt what?
Love thy neighbor as thyself.
You should love your neighbor as thyself. You know, the Christians have probably put a twist on it and talking about all nations and stuff like that, right? Neighbor is not other nations. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you could you give me, let's find out what neighbor is before we even jump to what I'm about to break down, right? Give me Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17. We're going to find out what your neighbor really is because, Edomites are our neighbors, and because somebody live next to us, they think they are neighbors. And listen, I live in somewhere that got Cambodians and Asian people and Chinese people, whatever they are. Listen, I think they all the same to me. They all eat bat and cat and rat. They all the same to me. But I live near a lot of Chinese people, and they're my neighbors. But is the Bible talking about them being my neighbors? Let's see. Read.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
Thou shalt not what?
Hate thy brother in thy heart.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Thou shalt not what?
In any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Shalom. Read it from the top. Read it clear so they can hear it.
Come on. This is Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart, and thou shalt not anywise rebuke thy neighbor. That's who your neighbor is, your brother. Your brother is your neighbor. Your sister is your neighbor. And it's speaking of Israelites. It's not talking about everybody. This book ain't for everybody. This book ain't for the Edomite. This book ain't for the Hamite. This book ain't for the Moabite. This book ain't for the Ammonite. It's for Israelites, blacks,
right,
Hispanics, and Native American Indians. It's not for, you understand, other nations. It's for our neighbor. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you could, can you go back?
Okay. This is the book of Mark, chapter 12, verse 31.
Go ahead.
And the second is like, namely this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Right. Keep going.
There is no other commandment greater than these.
Oh, listen, didn't the pastor say the law is done away with? Why brotherhood ain't done away with? Right? Listen, it literally just said that you should love thy brother, love thy neighbor. That's in the Old Testament. So the pastors did do away with the law because they don't treat their brothers as brothers. They don't have brotherhood in their churches. Go ahead.
It's like time check.
Go ahead.
8:36.
All right, so we're gonna cut this thing short anyway because we're gonna cut it short. Like the pastors, they're not being brothers to their brothers in the church. They're telling them the law is done away with. So the law is done away with. We clearly read it again.
Okay. And the second is like, namely this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
You should love thy neighbor as thyself. Go ahead.
There is no other commandment greater than these.
There's what?
No other commandment greater than these.
That's a commandment. I thought the laws was done away with. That's a commandment. That's an order. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 32. And the scribe said unto him, well, master, thou hast said the truth. For there is one God, and there is no other but he.
Right. Keep going.
Okay. But to love him with all the heart, and with all the understanding, and with all the soul, and with all the strength, and to love his neighbor as himself.
Right. Listen. The Bible says you're supposed to love thy neighbor as thyself. These pastors are quick to tell you the law is done away with, but clearly this is a commandment. This is a order. This is for something you're supposed to do. Christ didn't do away with the law because this is actually in the Old Testament. He's actually quoting from the Old Testament. So for pastors to say, oh, the law is done away with, listen, from me looking at them, yes, the law is done away with because they are not treating each other like brothers and sisters. This law doesn't apply to them. This law applies to the blacks, Hispanic, and Native American Indians. That's in the ISUPK. That's who this applies to because there is no brotherhood and sisterhood in the Christian church.
Right.
It's just filthiness, wickedness, sinful people that's lustful in that Christian church that don't have your best interests. The black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian prophets and priests and saints of the Most High, they have your best interests in the ISUPK. And I pray you understand, man. And with that, I'm gonna get one last scripture, And we're gonna get it from Baruch chapter 4, verse 1, if you could. And man, we gotta understand that brotherhood is a weapon, man. And without brotherhood, we ain't gonna live out here for long, man. This Bible was built on brotherhood, man. Y'all gotta understand that. Y'all gotta understand that this Bible is built on brotherhood and sisterhood. And it is a weapon. And they trying to destroy it every minute. Right. The oppressor do not want you to be brothers. The oppressor, excuse me, the oppressor do not want you to be a sister. They want us fighting. They don't want us to come together. Imagine, imagine if we come together, right? And we start to separate, and we start to push that brotherhood and sisterhood. We'll be on high. We'll be set on high. Our lives will be changing better because we have brotherhood and sisterhood and we're sticking together. The so-called Jew is sticking together with his people. You understand what I'm saying? The Edomite is sticking together with his people because they got brotherhood. You understand what I'm saying? They have brotherhood amongst each other. But our people, we ain't got brotherhood, man. Yeah, Baruch chapter 4, verse 1, if you could. I'm gonna read. Matter of fact, hold on. Don't get that one first. We're going in that one last. Hold on, let me get something else. I want to curse the evil eye towards the brother. You got that? You know what I'm talking about? Evil eye. There's a curses. Yeah, there's a curses. Yeah, I mean, main reason why we are like this because we got curses up. We've been punished because we don't want to follow God's laws, man. The main reason why we are under the oppressor is because we fell short on the Most High. We start to sin. We start having lack of brotherhood and sisterhood. This is why we're in captivity, because we had lack of brotherhood. You understand? And if you could, you got it? It's in 27, like 27-1. It's on one of those. And I believe it's in 27 if I'm not mistaken. I'm not mistaken. Hold on. I'm gonna find it. Hold on. Give me a minute. I'm gonna find this one real quick. All right, here we go. It's right here. It's Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54.
Okay, it's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 54.
Go ahead.
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate.
Okay, I'm gonna start right there. It say that the man that is tender among you and very delicate. I mean, when they see that, they think soft. No, this is clearly talking about compassion. Yeah, I mean, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, the man that has compassion, the man that had compassion, go ahead.
His eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
His eyes shall be what?
Evil toward his brother.
Listen, this is the main reason why we murdering each other, killing each other, selling each other drugs, because our eyes is evil toward one another, man. This is a curse, if I'm not mistaken, the thing. Like our eyes is evil. Listen, I told you, like when we go back to forgiving and being compassionate to our brother and understanding their trials and tribulations, listen, we'd be better off. You understand what I'm saying? But we don't have that. We need to get back to being tender and very delicate to our people, man. Being kind, being loving, showing our brothers that brotherly love, man. Understand what I'm saying? Now drop that and give me. Hold on. Hold on. Drop that. Give me Hebrews 13:1. Then we're gonna end it with Baruch chapter 4, verse 1. Yeah, man. We gotta stop being evil to one another, man. We gotta be compassionate. You know, we gotta be kind and loving. Salaki, are you good? All right. Read from Hebrews chapter 4, Salaki, 13, verse 1.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Let brotherly love continue.
Let what?
Brotherly love continue.
In the ISUPK, we're going to let brotherly love continue, man. And we want to show Blacks, Hispanic, and Native American Indians that's outside them doors the brotherly love that we had. And it's going to continue forever.
Right.
We're not leaving this brotherhood, you understand? We're not leaving this sisterhood because it works. We're showing you that it works. You understand? Now, if you could, then let's end it with Baruch chapter 4, verse 1, man.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1.
Now, if I could, this is how you stay alive. This is how you keep brotherhood. If you don't have brotherhood, you're dead. That's a commandment. You understand? Go ahead.
Okay. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1. Mm-hmm. This is the book of the commandments of God.
This is the book of the what?
Commandments of God.
This is the book of the commandments of God. You know what I mean? Which hold the laws, statutes, and commandments of God. It just said commandments, right? Keep going.
And the law that endureth forever.
The law that what?
Endureth forever.
You're supposed to love your brother forever.
Right.
You're supposed to love your sister forever.
That's right.
In Hebrews chapter 14, verse 13, Hebrews chapter 13, verse 1, it tell you to let brotherly love continue. That means forever. And that's a commandment. You understand? Listen, the commandment is to love thy brother as thyself. You understand what I'm saying? You got to keep this law forever. Right. You got to keep that commandment forever. You cannot go away from it. Keep going. Go ahead.
Okay. All they that keep it shall come to life.
Listen, all that shall keep it shall come to life. Listen, the Thun got brotherhood. He got a brotherhood spirit. And he's living right now. Listen, we be joking and laughing, but we treat each other like brothers. Listen, he tell me when I'm wrong, I tell him when he wrong. I tell him when he can do better, he tell me what I can do better at. That's what brothers do. Brothers have each other back. Like I just told you, we be on the games, they be talking crazy to the Thun, and I jump in like, oh, you better watch your mouth. You will talk to you better watch your mouth talking to my brother like that. Listen, I jump out the window for my brother. Listen, I go to ground, listen, in camp, listen, nobody not gonna put their hands on my brother. Nobody not gonna do anything to my brother because I'm ready to die for my brother. Because guess what? That's a commandment that's supposed to endure forever. We're not supposed to leave that. Now, if you keep it, you're full of life.
Right.
The brother, may you rise again. I think his name was Cheese. May you rise again. If you have brotherhood, brother, you'll be here. If that brother had brotherhood that did that to you, you'll be here. You'll be living. That's why you need to come in the ISUPK to live and not die. Keep going.
Oh God. But such as leave it shall die.
Listen, if you leave brotherhood, which is a commandment, you are going to die. How many Blacks, Hispanic, and Native American Indians are killing one another because they don't have brotherhood? They don't. Spiritually and physically, they're killing one another. The pastor is killing one another because they don't have brotherhood or sisterhood. They're telling you to sin willfully. They're not telling you to change your life and be a new person. You understand? Like, you got to come in the ISUPK under commanding General Yohana to change your life for the better. And he's going to show you brotherhood because he never dropped his sword for anything. He stood tall in his truth because of brotherhood. And this is why he's a prime example of a great leader on this earth until Christ come back. And with that, I'm going to pass the class off to Priest and Officer Nathaniel Allah. What do you think?
This is the ISUPK security announcement. We are the ISUPK, start out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are to be saluted. They are to be off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. Right. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. At the 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Time, which is the commandment, Numbers 18 to 21, and Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. Means tenth in Hebrew, Mayashara, tenth of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the teacher, priest funds, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount would like. Upcoming holy convocation is, what was it again?
September 15th, the blowing of the trumpet.
September 15th, blowing of the trumpet. Remind Akiva and Wafa to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boot shirt, pants, and headband and skirt. And with that, I we're going to give one courtesy to the brothers. Amaju Bach, Amaju Barak, Yahweh Hashem Shah Brak the dog. Yahweh Shah, so you mean hands down. Sorry, face the sisters. We're going to give one courtesy to the sisters. Sisters, Amaju,
Salaki, you got to tell them they got to cuff their hands.
Oh, sister, you got to stand. Place your feet at 45-degree angle. Put your right hand on your left. And repeat that.
Salaki, when we salute, they got to salute with their right chest, with their right hand, with their chest.
Okay. When we salute you put your right hand on your chest. Men of Israel, we're going to give one quick courtesy to the sisters. Amai Shabbat, Amai Barak, Yahweh Shemar, Adonai Shem Yahushua.
Listen, and pay your tithes, man, to the ISUPK and the Commanding General Yohana, man. Support this truth. With that, shalom.